You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
All right. Maybe we'll try this again. Maybe I'll be talking 100 miles an hour and sound like a chipmunk. I don't know what's going on. Because before it was all... It was like a bad Friday the 13th movie or something. All right, Rebels, take two, bitches. We're going to try to get this right. We're going to get in here. We're going to talk some stuff. We're going to talk some stuff about some stuff. And we're going to be talking stuff. I don't know. We're just be talking stuff. So, sports, and more sports. Get into it. You know the drill. Welcome, Rebels, back to the debacle that is DSR2. Hopefully, we're ready to go. Oh, man. I am Scrappy. And guess what? Johnny's here, too.
Yay, I'm back.
Yay. What the hell,
my eardrums are being blasted out by the new headphones there and everything with it.
Well, you can turn your dial.
I did just turn it down on there. It's all good.
Yeah, it's a good quality action here. That's why I'm mad that the software took a shit on us here for a second.
So we're watching here, while he's fixing the software, we're watching the Pistons game, and I'm going to talk about the goaltending call that was just happened against Pistons, and I'm going to say bullshit.
Bullshit.
Tim Donaghy's calling the game. I know it. He's got money on him, and that's why he's doing it.
Isn't that guy in prison? I'm pretty sure he's married in prison.
He shaved his head. He came out there. He's in work release program.
He got like Aryan tattoos on his face. Jesus.
Is he the husband or the bride?
Oh, I think we all know.
It doesn't matter.
He's way too pretty. Get out of here.
Either way.
He's way too pretty. Shut the fuck up. Shut the F up.
All right. So, yeah.
Canada Mike in the house.
All right. So, we got everything on there. We're going to have to get into a little bit of NFL action here right off the bat there. Tom Brady, the unaging one, he is the Highlander. There can only be one.
There can only be one.
Because Tom Brady is now older than Carol Connor was.
I know.
With All in a Family premiere.
I know. That's funny. That's funny.
Again, Tampa Bay takes care of the Eagles on there.
The Benjamin Button of the NFL. I mean, he's just getting younger every time I see him. I can't stand looking at him. It makes me want to. And I like the guy. I should have hit him with a damn truck. Yes. I could have changed the whole landscape.
Down there. It would have been.
You can't run over the goat.
No.
With the truck. But at the time, he was not the goat. He was splitting time at Michigan.
Yeah, because they thought they had Drew Henson, which already had Tom Brady. We wouldn't have lost the state that year too if Tom Brady played the whole game.
Oh God, don't get me started. We'll turn this into a bad 30 for 30 because.
What if I could tell you?
Oh man,
there was a quarterback that wore number 10 at the University of Michigan. It just wasn't quite loved. That became the greatest quarterback in the history of the
dude. That
NFL.
was those chips on his shoulder is why he is the way
GOAT.
He is.
Yes,
yes. He like drinks vampire blood or something in the evenings. It's just crazy. I don't know what he's doing.
He has a pitcher in his attic that ages for him.
Ah, God, it's amazing.
So they take care of the Eagles 28-22. It really even wasn't that close there on that. They got on there. They got bored after up 28-7 on that. Brady, again, the unaging one on there. And Antonio Brown is going to basically name his next child after Tom Brady.
Yeah, we were talking about that last week. Canada Mike chiming in the third pitch, second inning. Home run, Atlanta, and he dropped some F-bombs because, he's a Dodger guy, yeah.
I'd rather see the Dodgers win than Atlanta.
Yeah, well, they just hit a dinger.
Who hit the dinger
in the second inning? I'm not sure, but guys, get in our chat, our social media, Studio 57 Radio across the board. We're on Facebook, YouTube, all that fun stuff. You can catch us out on Stitcher, Spreaker, and of course Studio57Radio.com. But Canada Mike is always in the social media there. He is our
Rosario hit the home run.
He is our international news our update guy. He's our international update guy. So he's always in there updating all these all the scores and things that are going on and throwing things out there for you. So get in there, have fun in the chat, hang out with all of us, get into the conversation. We'll get the text line up here for you in a minute. As we kind of revisit the whip around here, because I apologize, we had a technical debacle here with the software, but everything is back to normal. Hopefully, it seems to be going. Maybe like I said, maybe we're going 100 miles an hour, talking real slow. I don't care, but you can hear us, and you're in here. Hang out with us, enjoy, talk sports, and we'll get the text line up for you here soon. But Moose, we talked about it last week with the games, the NFL games. We just kind of were like, it's all kind of like there was nothing that really stood out to us. A couple of games maybe or whatever. But in the end, we were not disappointed because you had the Buffalo game.
Right.
And so there's just a lot, 2-0.
We had the Buffalo game. We had the Cowboys-Patriots game, which was great. Vikings-Panther game, which was fun to watch.
Yep. I love the lead changes in the Buffalo game. Like
Seattle Seahawks. I mean, I turned that game off when it was 17-7. I'm like, this game's over, and they made a little bit on there. And Alex Collins, who ran for 101 yards and a touchdown, of course now is hurt.
Oh, wow.
You're not going to win when you have Geno Smith starting for you.
Well, I mean. You don't have a good chance. I mean, it's not so much Geno Smith as that if he had, things to work around, but like the way Seattle kind of is it's like they let Russ do Russ right now.
Right.
And they kind of, and I don't know, Geno Smith when's the last time he started? Does his skill set even come
4 years ago?
Does his skill set even come close to a Russell Wilson?
No.
Okay.
Even when he was drafted, his skill set didn't come close to Russell Wilson.
That's kind of my point.
Remember,
it's like you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole.
Remember he got punched and got his jaw broken by a teammate?
Yes. Well, we know between the ears he's no Russell Wilson. And that's saying something because Russell Wilson says some dumbass shit on the internet.
Yes. He's not even
Mr. Unlimited.
He's not even Nipsey Russell between the ears.
That is a fact. So, but yeah, I just don't. It's a square peg round hole thing to me, and he's already not that good, and it's not like the team around him can lift him.
No,
and elevate his play. This isn't the fucking Bucks. This isn't Dilfer's Bucks.
No,
you know what I mean. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it is what it is on that. So
Geno doesn't stand a chance, man. You don't see. He's not like he's set up for success or anything either. I mean, not to be a dick, but
yeah,
it's not. It's not really. So
you kind of blame Pete Carroll for that. That's the best you could do as a backup is Geno Smith.
Yeah, right.
On there, we did call it Raiders taking care of the Broncos. We knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Derek Carr, another 340-yard game.
I told you can be inspired by things. And don't you tell me they didn't play inspired football. If y'all didn't watch that game, that was my Scrappy Thomas moment. I just need to play last week's 5 minutes of me ranting about that game.
God, we so called that.
I mean, dude, it played out almost to the T. You know what you could do? You could play the highlights from that game in slow motion and put our rant over top of it, and NFL films.
Yes.
All done.
Yes.
NFL films, all done.
Copyright DSR2.
Yes. It's a radio. I mean, it's all done.
Yeah.
We just did. I mean, it was almost like we did the play-by-play, days before it happened.
Watch. Derek Carr is going to go off on like a all-pro year or the rest of it. I mean, he was already off to a great start anyways, but this is going to be...
I mean, what happened, all that depends on is how the rest of the team works around each other. Like, it's easy to galvanize and get it together and do it for a game. But can you be can you be the team that takes that momentum and rides it all the way to the postseason? It's hard.
Yes.
It's a long year, and it's hard to keep that. So I am almost like, and we'll get into it in the picks, but I'm expecting a letdown game actually pretty quick from them before they kind of maybe mellow out and just become whoever they're going to be.
Right.
Because and with the new coach, who knows what it could be. But to me, I don't feel like they're going to be worse.
No.
I mean, do you feel like he's going to do anything crazier than Gruden?
No.
I mean, he's not going to go for it on fourth down 384 times in one game, right?
Right.
And not get it. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to lose games in all kinds of weird, wild ways and then cry in the post game. Like, he's not going to do any of that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree with you. I mean, on there. I mean, who'd ever thought on it? Yeah, with the whole Gruden thing on there, and now the, people are all now the National basically listened to our show last week because we were the first one jumping. There's more to the story.
Duh.
And now everybody's like, why aren't they going after about like?
Duh.
Stop poaching off us.
Duh. Hey, this is for your next show, guys. Duh. That's what you're going to do. Since you just wanted to regurgitate the shit we say here every damn week. I'm getting sick of that shit, too. So this could be your whole show, Sports Center. Duh. Duh.
That.
Duh.
Yeah,
that's all it is any effing way.
Yeah, the national guys, even the local guys are all like, seriously, we're the first ones to talk about. There's more to this story out there than what's being talked about.
Dude, it is so obvious, right? Like, come on, man. Critical thought. Ask a question to get to the next question.
Right.
Like that's how you progress. That's how you learn. That's how you go forward. I just had this talk with my boss about this very thing. The owner of my $120 million company. You know what I'm saying? Like they, this is a process that successful people use in their brain and apply to every aspect of their lives. Like this is so. I don't know what to say. So Moose, I've said it probably 1,000,001 times. If I'm the smartest guy in the room, we all got a big fucking problem here. Like, I'm sorry. And if I can scream from the rooftops and say, look, this is so easy, and why doesn't anybody see it? Moose, and I always present it to you like, am I crazy? Like, because I use you as an anchor here, Moose. You're the voice of reason. You have the knowledge and the understanding and the calm nature. You got all of it, and I'm just a lunatic. So that's why we work well together, I guess. But and so I have to pose it to you as a question: am I crazy? And if the crazy guy and the guy that it makes the other guy go, well, no, I think you're right. And then we have a conversation about it. And everybody, dude, how come we do that? And then you guys are all supposed to be fucking super geniuses. And you're, there's got to be something going on. Dude, 650,000 anythings, and you only found one of anything?
Well,
bullshit. I don't care if it's emails or not. I don't care if it's emails or baseball cards. Bullshit.
Now there's things coming out that Bruce Allen has actually got caught sending the emails with the topless cheerleaders, everybody.
Dude, without a doubt. Dude, who do you think? Dude, the company... The inmates are running the asylum.
It's I mean, if it's Bruce Allen, it's also Dan Snyder. Yeah. And if it's Dan Snyder, then you know what? It's time to...
It's probably... Dude, you know why nothing's come out of it? Because the NFL looked into it and found out that 2/3 of the fucking owners were all in on this crap.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I've been trying to... okay, I'm saying it now without saying it. But I guess I just said it. Because... we're talking about a lot, and I said
hypothetically,
yes, allegedly, hypothetically, these are all theories,
deductive reasoning.
Yeah, we're just thinking. These are our thoughts, not yours. Whatever. But my point would be, and I didn't say anything last week because I'm kind of reserving judgment. But I just honestly, and that's why I said that this is only the tip of the iceberg. This is only the very tippity tip, and if it's not, then y'all need to be screaming from the rafters because it's worse than I even think. And this will prove my point when it's all does start unraveling. I still think they'll cover shit up because they're gonna have to do something. But I think a good portion of the owners were in on and or knew about all of that shit.
Yeah, they did.
And so you're talking about whatever, 70, 80, 90% of the owners having mud on their face in one form or fashion based on these 650,000 emails. 650,000 emails between what, two people?
Yeah.
Shut the front door.
There was no
That's what I'm
email.
saying. Like, just use your brain here. 650 emails, and you found one thing on one person that had nothing to do with the people you were investigating. Shut the fuck up. Shut up. 650,000 emails and it was only a correspondence between two people? Nah. I'm not even buying that it was just between 10 people.
Oh, I think it's more than the own. I think it's the
And then I
owners.
think as far as people just being culpable and the fact that knowing that shit was going on and didn't do anything about it and bred a culture of this stuff being able to cultivate and be crappy and fester, yes. Almost everybody. If not everybody.
Right.
Don't tell me Martha Ford is the only idiot who probably didn't know what was going on because she can walk into her own house and not know what's going on.
Right. Well, yeah, her and McCaskey from the old woman in Chicago.
Sure.
Because
Yes.
they're old, clueless women.
Yes, they're at the bingo hall. They don't know what the fuck's
Then
going
again,
on.
it could be an old 95-year-old owner, too, male owner, and he'd be, what's email? I
Yeah,
don't know
well,
that.
exactly. But I
with
mean,
that.
all these other cats, man, I ain't hearing it.
Jerry, yeah, he knew about it.
Oh, dude, Jerry knows about everything that goes on in that
course he
league.
did.
Are you kidding me? He is the most powerful owner in a league that is ran by the effing owners.
Right.
Yo, what do you think Roger Goodell isn't any? He's hired by the owners. He's the owner's shield. They always refer to the
That's why you
shield.
get-
They always refer to the logo as the shield. The logo is not the shield.
Goodell is the
Goodell
shield.
is the effing shield.
That's why, as much as everybody complained about him, he just takes all the brunt of everything on
That's
it, and that's
why.
why he makes $30 million a year.
Yeah, and that's what he's there for. That's why he doesn't say anything. He just sits there looking sheepish and stupid.
We haven't one word out of him about this.
Nah, we ain't heard a peep out of him because there's going to be a point to where he can't go out there and deflect shit no more.
Right.
There's nothing he can do. What's he going to do? Go, that's all, folks. Like, what's he going to do?
Right.
What's he going to say? He ain't got nothing to say. What could he say? I love to see him up in front of a mic going, what? I can't even think. Moose, that's my role here, is to play devil's advocate for a lot of stupid stuff, Moose. I can't find a way.
Well,
I
yeah.
can't find a way.
Because you got this going on, you've got the lawsuit going on with the city of St. Louis suing going after the Rams and the NFL because of them pulling the Rams out. Again, they're allowed to talk on here because, again, didn't they pull the same shit for the Rams to move out of LA to St. Louis?
Dude, okay, check this. I had another show. It wasn't even a sports show, and we played games where you'd like earn points based on celebrities getting arrested, and you could put athlete down on a card every effing time, and it would be an NFL guy almost every other day. And we talk about how the NFL would like lay hammers down in crazy different ways all across the thing and on these players. Boom, 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 boom. And then like the last couple of years, and we kind of chalked it up to COVID, but we ain't heard nothing. And dude, I got news for you. When the players caused the most drama, when they weren't playing. So you should have had a ramp up in debauchery with these guys.
Right.
And we didn't hear nothing. You know why? Because the league was busy doing their own dirty shit.
Right.
And they didn't want to stir up nothing because they don't you dare
Don't
look at me. Don't
Yeah.
you dare look up. So I ain't stirring the pot. So we went all this time and didn't hear nothing about the players and their poor behavior that was rammed down our throat, not just by TMZ, but by the NFL itself.
Right.
The NFL put it out there like that. And then now all of a sudden there was nothing. Well, yeah, because you were in the bed doing dirty stuff too.
Right.
That's nasty.
It's the owners on there. Jerry Richardson had the
and when there's the more money, the nastier it is. And as much as these players do crazy stuff, and it's like, wow, that's why they do crazy stuff, because they make all this crazy money. The owners make so much more. So how much crazier can it be?
Yes.
Oh, there's 650,000 reasons or ways to find out.
Yes, there's 650,000 pieces of evidence out there.
right.
Right. So yeah, you got that on there. I mean, Jerry Richardson got caught too with basically the misogyny on it, the way they treated women and talked about women. He had to force to sell the Carolina Panthers.
Right.
Dude, why isn't Dan? Because you know why? Because again, everybody's in bed with Snyder too, because they're all on the email list.
Well, that's what it is. It's not even in bed, dude. They all got a skeleton in their closet.
Oh yeah.
And then the minute someone opens their mouth, a bone flies out, and that they can't say nothing. They're between a rock and a hard spot with someone crushing their nutsack. Right. Like they got nowhere to go. They got nothing they can do, because if you do anything, you'll be implicated too.
Right. Because you'll have the whole thing in St. Louis, because they got supposedly they were worked out a deal, all of a sudden backdoor deal. Okay, Kroenke didn't want him in St. Louis anyway, so he wanted that L.A. stadium, so he was going to move no matter what. Fine, you want another team? Take Jacksonville, because nobody shows up at Jacksonville anyways. Don't move them to London, move them to St. Louis.
Yeah, but to me, none of that.
But then again, does St. Louis really deserve a team? Because this is their third team.
But to me, what's that have to do with all this shit going on?
Well, that's another lawsuit on there. It's another dirty little thing
well,
on there.
Yeah,
too.
I mean,
because again, Jerry Jones is involved on that one too, and Robert Kraft's involved on that one as well. So,
it's the same thing with like a lot of these companies. If you really get into all the corporate shenanigans that they're doing that we don't know about, there's a million and one of those things.
Right.
So, but you can pop up a lawsuit on just about anything. So I wouldn't be surprised that there has been, and of course there will be, tons of other things, litigation like that we don't even know about.
Right. Oh, yeah.
So, like, I mean, that just goes, I guess, more to our point that, the league is as dirty as it is, but, it's the pot calling the kettle black kind of situation with them. This is almost like, it's like so egregious. And then this is a cover-up, dude. How quick did they get through Spygate? And how quick did they rip through, Deflategate?
Right. How
long? When did they do this investigation? A year and a half ago?
Right. It's still ongoing.
And you got nothing? All you got was Gruden. Why? Now I want to know why you picked on Gruden. What's he know?
Well,
why'd you have to smoke? Why'd you have to double tap Fredo?
Well, Fredo basically badmouthed Roger, so
okay.
Michael basically said, "You know what? Take him out fishing. Pop, pop."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
say your Hail Mary, you'll get a fish. Pop,
dude.
Fredo fell over the boat and drowned.
Raptors are getting crushed by the Wizards at halftime. 57-37 Canada. Mike's in our chat room. All our social media there on Facebook, getting some updates out there for you. Pistons down by a couple points here at the end of the third. I think it's like 71-69, something like that. I'm not sure. They don't have the score up now, but NBA action definitely going down. MLB baseball action available for you too. I think Atlanta's still up 2-0.
Yep. And the Houston beat Boston 9-1.
Okay. Another huge scoring output game.
It's tied 69-69 at the end of 3.
Okay. Oh, so they took that basket away.
Yeah.
Okay. So they must have. That's what the whistle was. They must have took the basket away. They must have waved it off.
Grizzlies are taking care of the Cavaliers. Timberwolves are taking care of the Rockets. 76ers are beating the Pelicans. Oh, geez, shocker.
Yeah, right.
Over under how soon Zion wants out of New Orleans?
Immediately. The end of the season. Yesterday. He's already been asking.
It's not even. His mom is asking.
Yeah, his mom is already out there like with a rolling pin, smacking fools. Yeah. Like no,
but he's already heard.
We're gonna renegotiate this contract.
Yeah. Here's the number one vector. He don't want to be here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, this cat does this on purpose.
So we got
to get in all our wires and such. I know you like being the pain in my butt. Go talk to the other cat. Effing Cat City down here, Moose. I can't stand it. I mean, I like my animals, but there's not my animal. Get out of here.
So yeah, it's interesting on there. Brady is now leading the league in passing, over 2,000 yards in 6 games.
Yes,
dude, that's sick.
He's my age,
and Russell was leading the league in passer rating. Stafford's number 2, rushing yards. Derrick Henry is. He's already 260 yards ahead of Nick Chubb with rushing yards. He's leading the league in rushing. If you count just the yards after contact, he's still leading the league in rushing.
It's so crazy.
He's 260 yards ahead of Nick Chubb and Zeke.
Yeah. Yeah,
He's a monster.
This is the thing. A guy, everybody talks about how fast he is and how big and how strong he is or whatever. But that's the whole thing. Like, the density within this guy at 250 pounds, it's not like Moose, me at 250 pounds, it's going to be kind of more like getting hit with one of those gel ball things. Like, it's going to hurt, but it's going to flex and be gushy. It's going to be a little soft. Him, it's going to be like getting hit with a boulder of the same size.
Right. It's to be like getting hit by an SUV.
I mean, it'll just be granite as opposed to there'll be no give to him. Like, 250 pounds on a guy like that, it's lean. You're talking single digit body fat.
Oh, yeah.
And so when this guy hits you and initiates this contact like he does, going 21 miles an hour, which it's fast. I mean, think about it. The average human walks at about 3 miles an hour. So you're running at what? 10?
Yeah.
This guy's running twice as fast as you think you can run.
I mean, Buda Baker last year was running 21 miles an hour and he got chased down by DK Metcalf, who was running 22 plus miles an hour.
Which is insane.
But, dude, this guy is 250 pounds.
To me, if you walked out of your house, out onto your neighborhood street, and a car hit you without hitting the brakes, it would be about the same.
Yes. It's like getting hit by a truck.
Yeah.
I mean,
cats are making business decisions.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. When you're in safety you're in the secondary and he comes at you and like going, and he's at full speed. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I got to just kind of hopefully I'll trip on the turf here or something on it.
Yeah.
Because he hits me, man. I may not get play the rest of the year with it. I mean, the only thing with it, I remember. Yeah, I mean, I've never seen anybody run like that big.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
Christian Okoye, only he can go long. This dude's got speed and distance.
Yeah, Okoye was just
massive. Was just the impact. But that's like what he does. It's like he takes the speed that he's got of some of the faster backs, but he hits you with that intent. And I don't know. Too many
the
people
closest
hit that
I
kind
can
of
think
power.
of somebody hitting you with that kind of is the prime days of Earl Campbell.
Okay.
When he'd hit you, man, he hit one guy on there. He came down with the helmet into the chest of somebody from the Rams. And this guy's like, you could just see his whole chest just kind of cave in and wrap around him like, oh, that hurt. And all of a sudden he just rolling over him.
And if you want to get into the conversation, whether it be running back conversation or anything else we're getting into today, the text line is open as well. I pump the social media. Canada Mike's out there, so if you got any questions, you can hit him up in there too. Feel free. 313-307-5340 is our text line. I see some of the regulars already popping up in there, so we'll get into some of those texts here shortly, but feel free to get into the conversation there as well. If you don't want to leave your name, you don't have to. I'll give you a shout out from your area code there.
So yeah, scoring leaders is Tyler Bass, number 1, Derrick Henry, number 2.
Oh, fantasy?
Yeah, no.
Oh,
scoring in the NFL, because he's also leading the league in touchdowns,
right,
and rushing. Yeah, he's taken a step back because he ran for 2,000 yards last year on there, so he's now only averaging 4.8 yards per carry, and he's already got something like 10 touchdowns.
Right. The problem is you have a 17-week season, and dude, he's not. I'm telling
he's
you.
on pace to rush 432 times.
Can't happen.
There's no way.
Can't happen.
And if he does, again, there's no way.
Yeah, it can't happen.
I mean, again, you're shortening your career by rushing. I granted on there, but dude, it's a monster and a freak of nature and everything. But dude, it's gonna catch up. Time wins out every time.
The Canada Mike is officially answering all Canadian-based questions.
So also too, it's funny. It says Trayvon Diggs, cornerback for the Cowboys, has got already 7 interceptions already, and 2 of them returned for touchdowns.
Oh yeah, Diggs is off the hook.
Myles Garrett's got 8 sacks already. I mean, dude, this is insane. Some of these numbers, some of these kids out there putting up there are unreal.
Well, what it is it's unsustainable. So it's cool, it's fun, it's neat, but like now you're going to go through a dry spot because it's unsustainable. An average is an average. You barely
Water does find its level.
You very rarely get outside your average. Like every once in a while you have like a good year or a bad year, but you very rarely just skyrocket out of those things. When something like that happens, it's, I don't know, called the steroid era.
Yeah.
Or you know what I'm saying? Like there's a gate attached to it. Like you just don't see that. So at least it's pretty atypical. So,
yeah, Brady, 2,064 yards passing. He's averaging 344 yards passing a game. So already got 17 touchdowns in 6 games.
Well, and this is why you can't. Okay, this is a double-edged sword because you see all those things and you've watched 20 plus years of this guy play, and there's no way that you could bet against the dude.
Oh, I never would bet again.
But I know there's no. Dude, how many teams have back-to-back Super Bowls? How many teams have, played and gotten better and better as the season's gone on? And now you have an extra game this year. Yeah. Everything points to, not that they will miss the playoffs, but that they're not going to win or get to the Super Bowl. But all that being said, I still couldn't bet against it.
He's only been sacked 9 times, so he's barely.
Yeah, if he's not getting touched, then
right. Him and with it, like Stafford too, is like they've been sacked like 8 times. They're not getting touched because he got good, solid offensive, and they're not afraid to throw the ball away. But he's still completing like almost 69% of his passes.
So check it out. This is the key to all this stuff, right? You have to obviously have a good running back, an offensive line, and a good quarterback. You need a receiver that can stretch the field with speed, so that your quarterback can release the ball quickly. Tom Brady has mastered that.
He's got all of it.
That's all he wants, and that's all he needs, and he gets it done. And that's why everybody went, he's going to Tampa. He's got all that there.
Yeah.
He's got all that there. And then he's got a defense to back him up.
Right. This is the best receiving core as a whole that he's ever had.
Well, and that's just all bonus because he's won without it.
Right. I mean, he's won with basically...
He's won with guys like... I don't know, like me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Chris
seriously.
Hogan. I mean, he's one with them.
I mean, these guys are just dudes. They're just dudes. Like, yeah, maybe they played some high school ball or something, but they're just dudes. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
The guys that he's won with. So let's be real about it. And I don't want to take away from like Edelman and Welker, and those guys are all good. I know there's smaller receivers. People didn't see him coming. They're all very talented guys. So I don't want to take away from all that. But I mean, they weren't Hall of Famers per se. So
yeah, he made Edelman and Welker.
Yeah, I believe that as well. I believe like just because they bought into what he wanted, what they wanted to do, and Brady executed it flawlessly, and he held everybody accountable.
Yeah, and then he goes to Tampa, brings Gronkowski, his boy. Gets Antonio Brown to come back on here. Antonio Brown just says, "Do whatever you need, I'll do it."
Right.
You know what? You want me to kill somebody? I'll kill somebody. You want me to basically block it, and I'll take the hit, and you to protect you. Yes, I will die for you. With it, but yeah, you look on there. They're loaded. Yep. This team is just perfect. This is the perfect scenario with it. Plus, it's just amazing with that. Again, Stafford goes to LA. Good offensive line, good receiving core, great defense.
Yeah,
same thing. Yep. Keeps protected.
Yep. And look what he's doing. He's not perfect. He's going to make some mistakes. You can have a few issues here and there, especially considering it's his first year with the team and the new offense and all that. But like, he's not he's exactly what we said he would do. And he's going to be. They're going to be a contender. They're going to be a threat, and that'll be for the first time in his career ever that he's been a threat to anybody for anything. And it's not for lack of his ability.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because
look at his numbers. He's been a top 10 quarterback his whole career.
Right. He is
on the Lions.
He has one of that. He is one of 5 quarterbacks in the history of the NFL to pass for over 5,000 yards.
He is got
in the season.
He's been in the top 10 basically his whole career with a team that has been in the bottom 5
his whole career.
Basically his whole career, with the exception of, 2 years?
Well, they made the playoffs 3 years on there, but that first year was on there. With people like, well, he doesn't beat anybody on there. It's like, we'll see. I mean, again, they played, again, I didn't think Arizona would be like 6-0. There's no way. I mean, they just.
Well, once again, the water will find its level with them, too.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That defense can't keep playing the way they are. And on there. Yeah. I think what helps Kyler Murray is he doesn't have to run as much now because he's got actually a decent running game there. And he could get rid of the. He's now got a complete receiving package now. All right. AJ Green's kind of found the fountain of youth. Christian Kirk's coming along on there. Chase Edmonds is a really good running back and receiving running back on there. But, James Conner is basically the guy you just released between the tackle, the short yardage on there. So he's able to, and now they got Zach Ertz on there. So again, you got now a tight end out there on there, more weapons than that. That's what you're going to see what happen is you line these guys up with talent and offensive lines and everything with it, and you're going to see the quarterbacks succeed is because they've got everything right there in front of them.
The only thing is in Philly, man, your boy can't throw for 115 yards.
Jalen Hurts, a terrible NFL quarterback. He's a wonderful fantasy quarterback.
Yeah.
That's all that matters. I mean, for me, it's because I got Russell's hurt, so I need somebody to do the points.
Somebody to go.
But yeah, I mean, they don't really have an offensive line. They receiving wise, we'll see what happens on there with Devontae Smith and that on there. You're seeing flashes of that on there. But again, of the young quarterbacks on there, JoJo, man.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah, Jamar Chase is putting up rookie numbers as a rookie. He's putting up rookie numbers of Randy Moss numbers. Dude, you had no wonder the LSU won that national title because they had Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson.
Yes, sir.
And Clyde Edwards-Helaire. That's why they went on there that down.
Hey.
Yeah, I think Cincinnati's way better than I expected right this on there. I mean, Cleveland's hurting because again all the injuries on there. You lost both running backs on there for a while. I think both tackles are hurt, and now your quarterback's out this week. But again, he wanted to play with a torn labrum.
Well, and that's stupid. And that's a testament to what Baltimore has been able to do up to this point in the season too, because they had like 15 guys.
They're on their 9th running back.
You know what I'm saying? And they've been able to continue to win. And so that's just really a testament to and we're going to see as we get to the end of the year, the teams that are able to do that will be the ones that are going to be successful in the playoffs. So just keep that as a mental note here as we're early in the season, that when you start looking at playoff teams and what you think they're going to do, it's going to be how they handled their turnover, because you're going to have the war of attrition is always the war you're fighting going into the playoffs, and it almost always has an impact on our championship. Almost always.
Always.
So it's just, so we'll see. But nobody. Imagine if Detroit starts hurting, get guys getting hurt. Oh wait, it wouldn't matter. We're at the bottom of the barrel.
We already got guys hurt. We are basically, who's our secondary? I mean, come on. Who is our receiver? Of course, we didn't draft it. We didn't have any receivers.
Doesn't matter. There's nobody on the team anyway. You can't, when you're on the bottom, you can't go any lower. You're at the bottom.
Right.
So we've bottomed out as far as that team goes.
The only thing is you see some of the younger guys, Julian. None
of them guys who make the squad anywhere else, and they're getting starting time and big minutes here. All right, name a guy on this squad that's not like, I don't know, Hodkinson and Swift that would start somewhere.
Well, I think Sewell would start.
Well, Penei Sewell, yeah, but
defense wise,
yeah. See, you can't even think of him starting on another team, let alone a playoff team.
No, I mean,
so
Tracy Walker maybe.
Right. But that's why it doesn't really matter if anybody gets hurt, because you already can't accomplish anything. So right. What's nothing from nothing is nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll see again. Now we're starting to see Levi. I can't even pronounce the last name. He's starting to get a little bit more playing time there. The 2nd round draft pick on there. Yeah, I mean, there's not no. I'm on St. Rob. He might be a slot guy in some other team on there. He's starting. I think he might be one to keep an eye on. But yeah, I mean, most of this team is not. Jamal Williams will be a 2nd running back on almost every team on there. He's playing pretty good. But yeah, it's our linebacking core. Defensive line.
So
You know what? I mean, they're playing hard. I mean, other than last week.
to me, this talent level is right in the 0-16 ballpark.
Yeah.
So.
As much as they playing harder, I think, than on it. But yeah, that's
going to wear off
because
your coach is a head case and a crybaby, and they're a mess, and their quarterback is already lost the room.
Oh yeah,
already.
Because he's checked down Charlie. I mean, the guy can't throw downfield, and he makes the worst case scenario. He's not mobile. He doesn't have a great arm.
So it's the 4th down play where he runs out of bounds and throws the ball away.
Yeah.
And you're giving it up on your own 24-yard line or whatever the F it was. And then he just kind of like, oh, whatever, just tops over there, goes and sits down. And gets a towel and wipes his hands and just act like nothing happened. Dude, you should be livid. That was a 4th down play that could potentially change the complexion of your game. And you shit the bed on this thing, and you're not even like trying to see what went wrong or figure anything out. No, he just goes and sits down like nothing.
Yeah.
It's like this guy is mentally checked out of the sport. That's why they were fine trading him, because
oh yeah, they said, you know what, we'll make the trade, but you got to take him.
Yeah, they wanted him out.
We'll give you another 1st rounder.
Oh.
Take him.
They just wanted him out of there.
That's why we got 2 first round and out of that.
Yeah,
and the 3rd round because we had this guy. Oh yeah, people are. Is everybody bitching on? I don't hear one word out of the Stafford haters out there now.
Well, no, I mean, every once in a while you'll have somebody that says something it's not even nonsensical. It doesn't even make sense at any level. It has zero truths in it. And, but you're right. Overall, you're not hearing. Yeah, I mean, you always got.
Well, you'll have the trolls out there. I mean, the same thing when they think, oh, you see, you should have took Justin Fields. Dude, stop lighting it up in Chicago.
All right.
I told you that from the beginning.
But that's, once again, that just goes back to what we were talking about earlier, Moose. You know, I know that he needs to have a good situation, and there's no such thing over there.
And the name of Bears quarterback they've ever developed.
Never. Not in the history of ever.
They've had good quarterbacks, and they just ruined up.
Braves just hit a triple. They're up 3-0 over the Dodgers. Canada Mike is officially on suicide watch. So
don't do it.
Everybody in the
don't
chat
do
room, it. Try to pep him up, keep him thinking positive thoughts. Braves just scored runs 4-0. So it's like death by 100 paper cuts for poor Canada Mike.
Should have been over after this game today, because again, other than the Dodgers coming back last night and they were down and ended up winning that one 6-5, this would have been 3-0 going in this game, and the Dodgers would have been done.
All right, sure.
Who the hell thought that one? Not me.
No, nobody.
I mean, they had the biggest.
Not Canada Mike.
No, because they had the highest payroll in MLB, and they had won 106 games in the regular season.
All right.
And they lucky they got by Frisco, because that was a bullshit call.
Well, it kind of goes back to the 16-0 Patriots scenario, right? Like, the chances are you're going to lose one somewhere. Where is it going to be?
Yeah.
Would you rather lose it in Week 4, or you want to lose it in the Super Bowl? I would love to go to the Super Bowl as a 15-1 team, as opposed to going to the Super Bowl as a 16-0 team, knowing that loss is coming.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, nobody's going 17. Again, Arizona's not going 17-0. Ain't happening.
No.
Nope. It's gonna happen.
Excuse me.
No, Bulls are up by 3.
Yeah, this has been a tight game, kind of back and forth. That's why we had it on. It was the closest game. You only got 4 minutes to go here. 3:41, I think.
Yes.
So, a little.
So we got
NBA
that
action
on there. College basketball, football coming on there as well. Again, I've been saying that Georgia is the best team in the damn country on there. Iowa pulling up a stinker against Purdue. That was a kind of a shock one on that. They dropped from 2 all the way to 11.
That's crazy.
Just because, again, it's Purdue. It wasn't that good on there.
Right.
The Bearcats are actually number 2. There it is that the Bearcats might be that non-Power 5 conference team that might win it, because The AAC is garbage. And they're playing nobody the rest of the season. On that. Oklahoma 7-0. That's the most fraudulent 7-0.
All right. Yeah.
I mean, they played no defense. They got lucky on this one on that, so I don't see on that. Bama, we'll see. I still don't think this is a Bama team on there. I think they got problems with their defense on there. Ohio State being number 4. Again, Buckeyes everybody better be scared because the Buckeyes are getting the defense together, and they've got the best receiving core in college football.
Oh, yeah.
They got an NFL caliber receiving core on there. So on that Michigan in there, still don't know what to make out of them. Well, all we know is they're going to destroy Northwestern this weekend. So them and Michigan State will be 7-0 on that. That's going to be a noon kickoff on that one. And people are like, well, they should be under the lights. Well, ABC had the call, and they called Penn State and Ohio State. Trust me, most of the nation would rather watch Penn State, Ohio State.
Oh, yeah. But, and actually, yeah, there's been a few people that have even said that. So, yeah.
I don't know about you. Again, it all depends on if Penn State's quarterback comes back. Because if he doesn't, Ohio State's going to take him out to the woodshed.
Yeah.
With that on there. But yeah, it's nice to see we got 4 teams in the top 10, 5 teams in the top 11 on there. So
well, we were talking about that last week, Moose.
It's the same thing.
The only issue is at some point they have to beat up on each other.
Yeah. Well, we're going to know that because, again, Michigan plays Michigan State next week and Ohio State plays Penn State. So 2 of those teams are going to be out of the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Unless they go to like triple overtime and they barely win, then they might stay in that. But, yeah. That's interesting on that with it on there. Yeah, or it's funny as to see is the whole Oklahoma Spencer Rattler's being pretty much benched on there. From what the stories you're hearing out there is nobody likes him. His team can't stand him. He's aloof. He's on there where they've got a freshman there that's basically that's it. That's he's their boy in that. So,
hey.
But I think Georgia right now is by far the best team. They play good offense under, but that defense is downright scary.
And that's where it's at. I mean, that's kind of the foundation of everything that they're doing.
I was really curious on that game against Kentucky, and they took care of Kentucky pretty handily at Kentucky on that. So that's interesting on there. But yeah, I mean, now LSU's going to have to find a new coach under. They keep saying Mel Tucker. I don't see Mel Tucker going down to LSU because, dude, how much more money can they pay you? Yeah, you might win a national title, but you might be gone in 3 years. Here, you can build a program and be around for a while, and you don't have to worry about it.
Right.
They're spending money in the football facilities, and that's dude, get on there. So hopefully, as we'll see on that. But yeah, I mean, as a Michigan fan, I like to see Mel Tucker go because I think he could be a thorn in Michigan's side for a while.
Sure.
On it, we all know Ryan Day. The only way he's leaving if he gets the right pro job. He's not going to another program.
Right.
Dude, you're already at Ohio State. How much more high profile on it?
Yeah.
If I'm Mel Tucker, the only job I leave Michigan State for is USC.
Yeah.
Because you can control the whole West Coast.
Yeah.
You get the right coach in there, they got the West Coast. They become. I mean, again, look what Pete Carroll did out there. Of course, granted, it was payoffs and all sorts.
I'm like, wait a minute, look at all the stuff that went on there and who.
But they won a national title.
Well, yeah,
they won 2 national titles.
A bunch of guys in the first round on that team.
But then again, as that team too didn't even have to compete against pro teams. There was no pro football team in LA.
Right.
So who's the rock stars?
Yeah.
All these college kids.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. That's how. I mean, yeah. 84-88 with a minute and a half to go. Pistons are down, but they have the ball and working some. Oh, nice.
Nice spin around.
Yep. We'll turn around
All right, get a stop.
Yep. So, anyway, Moose, I think I know we had our little snafu earlier, but I think I want to take a shortened version of our break.
Okay.
Just grab a beverage, and then we've got fantasy moment and pick'ems and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
So,
when we come back on the flip side on
Yeah.
there. Can we keep it 3 weeks in a row with pick'ems on there? We'll talk about that. And obviously, everybody's going to need fantasy moment. Why? Because everybody got hurt last week. Everybody got hurt.
Oh my goodness, they did.
You're actually in panic mode if you're running a fantasy team going, what am I going to do? Don't worry. I'll help you out. Uncle Moosey's got your answer here. We'll get this all back on the flip side. We are DSR2 Studio 57 Radio.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Party people, this is the original Doc Ice, and you are definitely listening to Studio 57 Radio. And if Studio 57 Radio isn't on, then your radio ain't really on. Check that.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip-hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, Scrappy here to tell you about That Radio Show. Hang with me as I break down the world of entertainment with great guests, celebrity interviews, awesome games with wonderful prizes. Also, we've got the biggest library of underground hip-hop of any station on the net. You mix in a little stand-up comedy and a text line so your voice can be heard, and you got a pretty good little show. But add listener-controlled programming? Yeah, you heard me. Listener-controlled programming, where you, the listener, can decide what makes it on the air. And now you've got the greatest show ever created. So join my show, your show, our show, the people's show, That Radio Show, each and every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, only here on Studio 57 Radio.
Hey everybody, this is your boy Big D, here to tell you about Mark for Life Tattoos. Guys, this place is the cleanest, most laid-back studio in Metro Detroit, and the artists are top-notch. And if you're like me from the D, you need to stop in on Fridays for that D-Day and get your old English D for only $20. Not interested in tattoos? Mark for Life does body piercings. Mark for Life is located at 22533 Van Dyke in Warren, and the guys are there 7 days a week from noon to 9. So give them a call at 757-2222. That's 586-757-2222. Tell them Studio 57 sent you and get 20% off. So what are you waiting for? Call them now.
Hey everybody, Smokey here to tell you about Allstate Tire. With winter fast approaching, the most important thing between you and the road is your tires. So don't put your safety in just anybody's hands. Go to Allstate Tire. With new and quality used tires available, you can trust Allstate Tire for all your tire needs. You can visit them at 14208 9 Mile Road in Warren, or give them a call at 586-779-8759. Allstate Tire, your source for quality new and used tires.
What's happening, everybody? Scrappy here to tell you about Love and Life Club. Love and Life Club is a social networking club that's located at 19960 James Cousins. That's the Lodge Service Drive between 7 and 8 Mile Road in the D. You need to stop in for $5 Fridays for great music, food, and drinks. I personally recommend the chicken. Love and Life Club is also available for rental for bachelor parties, wedding receptions, or any party for that matter. For more information, log on to www.loveandlifeclub.com. That's loveandlifeclub.com, or call D at 313-999-2824. That's 313-999-2824. That's Love and Life Club. If you love and life, you need to be in the club.
Taking over this broadcast for the ultimate underground.
Studio 57 Radio Original. You know, when you hear that sound, you're gonna have a good time, because that's the sound of the ultimate underground. Live concert webcast from the Detroit area. We go to the most famous, what should I say, infamous venues in the D, and bring the underground music scene from the streets to your computer like nobody else can. There's only one catch. You never know when and where the ultimate underground is going to take over a broadcast. So you need to stay tuned to Studio 57 Radio all day, every day, for clues on when and where the next ultimate underground may happen. Now, there's no other station on the net that's going to give you this live webcast of some of the hottest artists in the D. That's the Ultimate Underground live on your home for hip hop, rock and metal, Studio 57 Radio, baby.
Goodbye.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip hop, rap, and R&B. Studio 57 Radio.
All right, Rebels. Come on, man. You knew. I told you it was going to be quick. We're back. We got lots to get into, so we ain't joking around. Sorry about the early snafus, but we're back and rocking. We're doing this thing. Canada Mike is in our Facebook page, and he's rocking out score updates for y'all, so make sure you get in there and say hello. And you gotta, it's like dual action. You can have a conversation with us. You can keep all your scores updated in one little spot there. And then you can ask Canada Mike anything Canadian related, and he'd be glad to help you. I'm sure that just makes your day. And then we're going to hopefully keep you from losing your house, your mortgage, your children, your wife, all that stuff with our NFL pick'ems. But before we get into that, we got Moose's Fantasy Moment, all that fun stuff, and more on the second portion, I guess, of this crazy debacle that is DSR2. So, without further ado, let's do the that we do at DSR2 in an hour or two, I guess. I am Scrappy. Here is your host, Johnny the Moose.
Hey, we're back here for the wrap-up here, or as we call it, the lightning round, where the questions are twice as hard, but the payoff is twice as much on it. So, let's get this going here. And again, in case you missed it, we talked about NFL, college football. We were doing a go-around, so we watched the Piston games down here. Unfortunately, Pistons lost a bummer one out there, get the opener against the Bulls.
Yeah, close game
again,
all the way to the closing seconds there,
yes,
really. And then
Houston took care of Boston in the ALCS, so they're tied. They're up 3-2, going back to Houston. And I think it's still 4-0 Atlanta over the Dodgers.
Yes, I believe that's correct. Yes.
So yeah, if you're into fantasy football you probably got a guy to get injured, or you have multiple guys who got injured, or your whole team's hurt, and you go, "What the hell am I going to do now? I'm screwed. I'm 2-4. I'm 3-3, and everybody's freaking hurt. How do I help myself?" Don't worry, Uncle Moosey's got your help there on it. So yeah, if you're looking for a quarterback wise, if you got Russell Wilson, who's out to week 10, or if you got Baker Mayfield, who basically tore a labrum, who knows how long he's going to be out with it, don't worry. I got your help there on there this weekend. There's some good matchups there, so the guys that are available, so definitely pick them up on it. Tua, again, he did okay. He had 300 yards passing and 2 touchdowns against Jacksonville under, but he's got another easy matchup. He's got the Atlanta Falcons there, whose defense is what? Terrible. Tua's not a bad pickup on there this week also. Also, Jameis,
the interception maven.
He's only thrown 3 this year so far.
How many touchdowns he got?
13.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yes. He's averaging almost 23 points on fantasy on there. He's got a great matchup. Who he's facing? Seattle, whose defense is what? Terrible. Definitely like that on there as well. Also, too, is Teddy Bridgewater. We've always loved Teddy Two Gloves or Touchdown Teddy on there. They're facing Cleveland on there, so we'll definitely on there. You know what? He's doing all right, so if you need it on there, definitely pick up on that wise on there. Running back wise, if you have Kareem Hunt, he's hurt. If you got Nick Chubb, he's hurt. You know, if you got anybody from Baltimore, trust me, they're probably hurt. On it. So, if you've got a Bears running back on there, definitely pick up D'Ernest Johnson is probably going to get most of the touches this week against Denver. I don't know. It's going to be a dice one. Denver's defense is pretty good on there, but that's one to look on there. Devontae Freeman looks like now is the number 1 running back now again in Baltimore. He's their 9th running back this year. on it. Definitely look at that. On there, Ramondre Stevenson, he's the number 2 running back with New England. They're definitely going to the power running game because between him and Damon Harris, they both weigh about 240 plus pounds. Stevenson is actually getting a little bit more of the passing yardage on there, so definitely look at that on that as well. And definitely, I like Kenyon Drake. I don't know about if Josh Jacobs is going to play this week, so I like definitely like Josh Jacobs. And also Chris Evans, University of Michigan guy, who looks like he's going to be the third down back, or at least coming in there getting a lot of the receiving yards there from Cincinnati. Receivers. Fountain of Youth, A.J. Green is available on there. He's actually having a pretty nice start there. T.Y. Hilton is healthy now, so he's going to be coming back on that. I definitely like that. Also, too, Rashad Bateman, the rookie out of Minnesota. He's going to probably be starting to get some yardage receiving in that. I definitely like him as well on there. So, and Donovan People-Jones there, maybe when Mayfield comes back, because I think the Case Keenum is playing quarterback right now this week for Cleveland, so we'll take a look at that. And again, tight end wise, Ricky Seals-Jones, like him. O.J. Howard on there. He's going to be getting some more yardage on there. So Gronk is still out for a while, a couple more weeks in there. So I definitely like him. And again, if you need a kicker or a defense, don't even talk to me. Go somewhere else.
All right. Some quality fantasy movement over there for you guys. Respond accordingly.
Yes.
Respond accordingly. Now, before we get into our Pick'ems Moose, we did pretty good the last couple of weeks.
Yes.
We're pretty steadfast in saying that, a couple 4 weeks before you really kind of get a feel for these teams. Now, we're hoping to continue this trend, and thank goodness we have I don't want to say these slates of games shouldn't be too hard.
Not this week.
You know what I'm saying? This week. So hopefully here we can save you from losing your mortgage.
Yes.
Or anything like that. We don't want you to bust the bank. So
there's not a ton on there. There's definitely there's some easy picks this week on there.
It feels like it, Moose. We talk about it all the time, each and every week. There's gonna be somebody that surprises us.
Yes.
So we'll kind of discuss where those can and can't be as we run through the pick'ems this week. I hope you guys are ready. All right, you ready?
So
ready.
we got actually tomorrow night. We got at 8:20 in Cleveland. The Cleveland Browns are facing the Denver Broncos. Denver is, believe it or not, a 3.5 point dog.
They're a dog going into Cleveland with that kind of injury.
Yeah, I got Denver winning this one.
I tend to agree with you, Moose. I mean, I think people sleep on Denver a little bit. They were playing well early in the first couple of games of the year or whatever. Cleveland has been kind of underachieving as it is, I feel.
Yeah. A little bit on there.
A little bit. And now with these injuries, I don't think it makes it easier.
I think the injuries are catching up on, especially last week on there. I think they kind of won that game last week if everybody's healthy, but you lose Baker Mayfield, you lose Kareem Hunt, you already lost Nick Chubb. I mean, Odell Beckham's now hurt as well. Of course, that's no great loss because he's useless anyways. But yeah, I'm going with Denver. Teddy Douglas is healthy, and they got the receiver guard. There you might even have Jerry Jeudy back on there. But yeah, you've got some nice on there. I got Denver. I'll take the poll. I'll give you the. You know what? I think Denver's going to win outright on it. So I'm taking Denver.
Yeah, I tend to go with you, Moose, on this one. I like to be a little bit more contrarian, but with the injuries, this is the prime pick if you're going to pull an upset pick. I think this is your upset pick, so I'm with you. I'm taking Denver too.
All right, so we got the second game is 1 o'clock game on Sunday. Washington goes to Green Bay, where Green Bay is a 9.5 point favorite at home. Washington's just terrible.
They're bad, and you're going to go into Lambeau, where the mojo is flowing with both Aarons right now.
Yeah,
that stuff with the Chicago fan was absolutely epic. I really should get the audio up of that interview, post-game interview, when they asked him why he went off because that was almost as epic as the rant itself. As much as Aaron Rodgers annoys me with some of the antics and stuff that you see, I can't help but be entertained by some of the shit too, right? Because like he's getting a double bird from a little old lady in the thing, and he's like, I own you. I've always owned you, and I will always own you, you son of a bitch. Like, look at the stats. I'm like 22-4 in your house. What are you talking about? I'll destroy you. I own you every day, every week. You can flip me the birds all you want, old lady. I own you and everybody in this building. I'm rent free in your head now.
Which is great about that because there's a girl who works for the NFL on that now. She's a young girl, cute as a butt and everything. Annie Agar, and she's hysterical. She does these little Twitter videos on her in her apps. They just make me smile every day. I go on there because she makes fun on there. But she's like, she's wearing a Bears jersey, and they go Bear. All of a sudden, you see her again, and like she cuts it. And there's someone wearing an Aaron jersey. And she kind of says, I own you.
That's awesome.
So, yes, epic. Green Bay is going to own Washington this week because the Redskins or the football team is terrible.
They are. They're rough.
All right, so we got another 1 o'clock game. We got Kansas City going to Tennessee. Kansas City is, believe it or not, a 5.5-point favorite on there.
They've been underachieving this year, too, in my opinion.
Seriously underachieving on there. Thing is, Tennessee's defense is terrible, so I think Patrick Mahomes will start getting it right on this one. I mean, if...
It's tough, man, because they just you're kind of you only can go by what like you just saw, right? So you just saw them, go toe to toe with Buffalo and win. Right. So it makes you, and you've also just saw Kansas City struggle. So I get you. I don't know. This one is we talked about most of these would be chalk and most of these would be pretty easy. I'll take KC. But I'm not confident.
And they ain't covering.
They ain't covering. They ain't covering.
On this one. So we got another 1 o'clock game. Who needs to watch this one? Nobody. Even if you live in the two cities. Atlanta goes to Miami. They are the 2.5-point favorite on the road against Miami on this one.
It's like, what is that, like a few hours away? They drive there?
Oh, it's like a 10-hour drive.
Is it? Yeah, Florida's pretty long. I thought it was more like 6. You got to go through,
because Atlanta's at the top. You got to go through all that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Florida's crazy long.
And then you got to go through all Florida, too.
Yeah, Florida's crazy long.
I got a feeling is Miami's going to win this one. Atlanta's just like,
Yeah, I don't know. There's too much infighting and too many problems in Miami. I'm going to take Atlanta.
Plus, it's Matty Ice on the road.
Yeah, I know it's Matty Ice on the road, but it's not really on the road. I just got done talking about it's going to be a 20-minute flight.
All right.
So I'm going to take Atlanta in that game.
All right. So we got that. Another 1 o'clock game on there. We got the Jets. They're going up to New England. New England is, believe it or not, a 6.5-point favorite on the road. Yeah, because the Jets are terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give me New England. I mean, they're not going to throw. New England's not going to throw it much on there. They're just going to run the ball right down their throats. You're gonna see Harris and Stevenson basically running right down their throats.
Yep.
On this one, Carolina goes also 1 o'clock game. Carolina goes up the coast there to face the Giants at MetLife there in the Meadowlands on there. 2.5 points on there. Yeah, I got Carolina win this one. They lost a heartbreaker last week on there. Giants are terrible.
The Giants are really bad. And once again, they're dealing with the injury situation too.
Yeah.
But and like with all the starters too, it's
they're receivers. Barkley's hurt. Their starting left tackle's hurt. Danny Dimes is banged up. Yeah, give me Carolina.
Yeah, I'm with you. The G-men are so beat up. They've lost the war of attrition already. So yes. If you can't win that, you're not. That's it.
All right, so we got an interesting one here. This might be, this is definitely the best of the 1 o'clock games on there. Cincinnati goes to Baltimore. Believe it or not, Baltimore is a 6.5-point favorite against Cincinnati on this one.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a little bit less on that one.
This is going to be a good game.
This will be a good game on there.
Yeah.
And then again, Baltimore's banged up. Ronnie Staley's out. The running backs are out. Cincinnati's got pretty much everybody's healthy for Cincinnati on there, and I think Cincinnati's got the offensive firepower, and believe it or not, their defense is actually outplaying Baltimore's if you go by points in it right now. I'm taking Cincinnati as an upset dog.
All right. I'm going to take Baltimore on this one. I think this is going to be a tight battle, but that's why I think I'm going to take Baltimore, because it doesn't seem to matter how injured they are, what adversity they squeak by and steal these wins. And we were talking about it earlier in the show, Moose, that is going to be a paramount come playoff time. And this game, to me, has that early season feel of playoff like necessity, right? Like we need to get this game.
Yeah, because they're 1-2 in the division.
Right. So I'm taking Baltimore in this situation just because I think that it serves them a little bit better if it becomes a close game.
All right. So we got 4 o'clock game. Philly goes out to Vegas on there. They're 2.5 point dog on there. Yeah, I'm going to say Vegas is going to win another one because just basically to rub it in Gruden's face.
It's Baltimore. It's who? It's Vegas.
Vegas and Philly and Vegas.
Oh. Yeah. See, the only reason I'm giving Vegas this one because I expect
Philly.
Exactly. I expect a letdown right from them because they're going to blow their wad trying to galvanize rally together. So that I think there's a letdown game coming pretty quick, and then they should be fine going forward. It's just my opinion on the ebbs and flows of how a locker room works when you have a lot of stuff going on. It's not really based in a whole lot. It's just I have a feeling. But I was 100% right on the last game, without a doubt, with Vegas. So if they had been playing a playoff caliber team right here, right now, I would expect the loss to kind of level things, but not against a quarterback who cannot muster more than $115.
Yes.
This guy what can I say? We could send it back to Pop Warner, but I don't think it works that way.
No.
And so that's what you guys got over there, Philly fans. Sorry, Eagle Savage, but it ain't gonna be looking good there. You're gonna be throwing batteries at fools again or something.
Yes. Well, again, who knows? I mean, Raider fans throw batteries just as much as Philly fans.
Yes, that's true too.
Who wins?
Well, they could just bludgeon each other then.
Yes, the fans can kill each other, like
a public stoning of each other.
Like the Minnesota-Carolina brawl there after that game.
Oh, Jesus, Moose!
Did you see that one?
I didn't see it. I heard everybody kind of talking about it, but I kind of laugh. It's like, yeah, that's like every Sunday in the Silver Dome my entire childhood.
Yes. And you know where they were from? The ones that started the brawl.
No.
Taylor.
No. Well, then there's that.
The land of bullets and big hair.
And trailers and dollar pitchers.
Of Natty Light.
Yes, of Natty Light filtered through a sweaty jock.
All right, the next 3 games should be the easiest games in the world to ever pick in the history of pick'ems on there.
Oh, shoot. So I'm going to pick opposite of you just to piss everybody off.
Yeah, there's no way you can pick the opposite on there. Another 4:05 game. Detroit goes out to L.A. To face the Rams on there.
Oh, I'm taking the Lions. Fucking bullshit.
Detroit is a 15.5 point dog. And again, here's the kicker.
They're not even the
worst
spread.
dog of the week.
I know.
So
That's
give me
so
the Rams.
crazy.
Give me Stafford. Give me everybody on the Rams. I'm going to try to pick up and trade this week on there. Everybody on this one.
Not only give me the Rams, but give me the Monday morning Detroit Sports Talk Radio scene, you whiny bitches. Give it to me in all its glory.
I always said Stafford was
Give
the
me
best
all the
time.
glory, you double-talking hypocrite motherfucker. Give it to me. I can't wait to hear that stuff. And then next week, Wednesday, y'all come in on this show.
Yes.
Stop listening to these
Go
jabronis
ahead,
here in the
troll
local.
on there because we're going to call you out on your bullshit.
Oh, man.
All right, so here it is. So we definitely out of unison on this one. We got Houston going to Arizona, where the Texans, with the quarterback Tyrod Taylor, who's starting this week, is a 17.5 point dog. Jesus. 17.5 points, a lot of points on this one.
Well, my rule, if you're taking the points and you're betting, is if you get into double digits, man, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole. But I kind of get the spread here. I kind of get it. But that's still ridiculously high.
because everybody's terrible on the
Yeah.
Texans.
Yeah.
Everybody except Brandon. I mean, Brandon Cooks. He's probably.
That just goes to show you how
Please
terrible
trade
they
me.
are, right?
I don't care if I go into my 4th team in 5 years. Trade me right fucking now.
Yeah.
On that. So we got that. Another 4:25 game. We got the Bears going down to Tampa. They're 12.5 point dog against Tom Brady. The Tom Brady's. Yeah.
Yeah. The Tampa Bay
I mean, it's
Gronkaneers.
bad as I mean, you think again. Trust me, Justin Fields is gonna get hammered and killed again on there, and Brady's gonna kill them. He's gonna just carve them up. Who to start for Tampa? Everybody.
Well, it's one of those things too, though. You know, Tom Brady gets up for the better teams, so you have those games where like it's closer than it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying Tampa's gonna lose, of course not, but like all of a sudden you look at the final score and go, or watch that game and go, yeah, that was a little bit closer than it should have been.
Or it's like that game shouldn't have been. Again, why is it that close? Because Tampa was just on there. It was basically garbage time touchdowns or whatever.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
so they'll get bored on it. But yeah, I got Tampa winning that
Absolutely.
one there. All right, we got the 8 Sunday night game. We got Indianapolis going out to Frisco. Indy is a 3.5 point dog against Frisco on this one. Yeah, Indy won last week. Jonathan Taylor looked good. Carson Wentz didn't look too bad on there. But again, you're facing a real defense there with Frisco in that front 7 on there.
right.
And on there with it, and they're banged up too a little bit on there. I got, even though Frisco's banged up a little bit at running back wise, I still got Frisco.
Well, see, Indy to me is just not. They've not figured shit out to me. It feels like they're just a cluster bleep of cluster bleep, and the quarterback play, dude. It is what it is, man. I don't know. You're not fixing Wentz. I just
No.
let's be real about it. And so, yeah, I can't in good conscience take Indy in this case at all.
All right, so we got the Monday night game. I'll watch it with the Mannings is back for this Monday.
Oh, I'm totally in. I'm all in.
So we got New Orleans going out to Seattle. Yes, the 12th man in Seattle and everything. New Orleans is a 5.5 point favorite on it. But again, remember, it is Geno Smith quarterback on this one. I got New Orleans winning this.
Yeah,
I think the defense is going to be able to slow them down. No, again, they're on their 3rd running back this week on there. And again, it's Geno Smith that defense is going to put on it. And again, Jameis is going to just do enough to win this game.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the thing. If they keep him from turning the ball over, which is what they've obviously been concentrating on, then they can be successful in the situation. I mean, Geno Smith, they not good, and then just really the overall situation with that team is not good. They can't absorb this Geno Smith situation with the team that's around him. So it kind of just is what it is. And in this case, it is a Seattle loss.
Right. So there we go with our pick'ems. We got a couple differences on it. Maybe we'll split the differences and still go off pretty good on there. So we'll see about that.
Either way, you might get lucky. It might not be too bad for you.
No.
But I think once again, it's tough when you go out there and making these bets with these crazy point spreads, dude. Because some of those spreads are off the chains. 17.5 points. When's the last time you've seen that?
We saw it earlier this year.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. We're seeing it a lot this year. That's my point. But beyond this year, like, how often have we seen that?
We don't see it too often.
It's like it just doesn't feel like it. So yeah, it's pretty wild. So yeah, don't be careful what you're, when you see those spreads. Don't stay away from that stuff. And have fun with your parlays, but don't do dumb shit. You see some of these cats will do these 16 leg parlays and then get killed on because of one damn thing.
One of the guys at work said he had a buddy of his, and he showed me the ticket. He got it on there. The guy played a 11-team parlay. He won.
Damn.
Threw $3 down and won $517.
That's a good little thing. I'd have put $3 down. Who cares if you lose $3?
On there. I would have threw a 10 spot down. Who cares? If you hit the 10 spot, you're like, holy shit, I won $2,000.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
So on there. So yeah, guess what? The Rockets are getting their ass handed to them by the Timberwolves. I like that.
Nice.
Jalen Green is, he's only got 9 points in 28 minutes. Oh, so much for Jalen Green being so much great. Oh my God, he's a superstar. He's on there. God, you're getting your ass handed to you by the Timberwolves.
Well, you know,
The Timberwolves.
they're a powerhouse
They're
in the
garbage.
NBA.
There's only 1 year there's only 2 or 3 years they were any good, and that's because they had Kevin Garnett.
Yes. Poor Canada Mike is melting down. It's 5-0 Atlanta. Somebody please take some Marlboros and RC Cola to Ontario or wherever he's at and help the brother out. He's on the edge. His Dodgers are getting spanked with a goose egg.
Yes.
Not a tulada. What inning are we in? Holy cow. I guess I could do it right here on the computer. Yeah, that's your job, Moose. You look up stats. You're the stat guy here. Look some
We
shit
are
up, would
in
you?
the fifth inning.
Jesus.
Only the fifth inning.
That was like watching that hockey game the other night with the Red Wings.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, they're up like whatever it was, like 5-3 or whatever, and I'm like, this has got to be almost over. And it's like, no, it's not. He had a hat trick in the first goddamn period. What the hell? Bertuzzi is off the hook though in that game. I mean, just watching the highlights of that game was entertaining, let alone actually watching the game. I caught like maybe about half of it.
So I'm looking on the CBS on there, and they got their predictions. They got the Western Conference seeding. You know, only one guy's got the Lakers as the number 1 seed in the West.
Who's that?
That's Brad Botkin from CBS on there.
Fuck is
Everybody else has got the Jazz.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean nothing when you get to the playoffs,
Yeah.
too. I predict the Jazz to be the number 1 in the West, too. Weren't they last year or up there?
Yeah.
And they got bounced in the first round, right?
Everybody's got the Lakers going to the West, winning the Western Conference Finals on that. Somebody's got the Warriors and everybody's got either the Jazz or the Nuggets or the Warriors losing to the Lakers. Eastern Conference Finals. Everybody's got the Nets winning. I don't see the Nets winning. I don't see it.
Brooklyn Nets, not with all the mess they got going on. If Kyrie wasn't causing any issues and he was going to be available and everybody could stay healthy, I could see why you would put them as a top team in the East with a chance to win it all. But, dude, I got news for you, man. And Danny Boy, don't get mad at me. I know you're out there. I seen you in the text. Guys like him, man, have been on this since day one. They just see the names on the back of the jerseys and don't realize what you're talking about
They're
here.
all old. I mean, get LeBron in the age of getting how many? Especially if you have that short turnaround.
Yeah, but we were talking about Brooklyn. So
Brooklyn. Yeah, it's just they're dysfunctional.
So they just look at the name at the jersey and don't realize that there's like more that goes into this.
I mean, you got literally high school kids playing with KD and Harden. That's it.
Right.
They have no bench whatsoever because you've got all your money tied up in 3 guys.
Right.
And one's not even playing.
Right. You're right. One's a head case.
Yeah.
And he's not gonna
I
comply to
don't
all
see
this
it on
stuff.
there.
And so it's just they can't even
And
have him in the
again,
building.
the Bucks may have won. They see him like, what the hell is this? All this disrespect? Did you see the size of that freaking ring they had?
Oh, dude, they're always awesome though.
That thing was like that freaking big. It was huge.
Oh, I didn't see it.
It was like you're putting it on there. It was like a whole brass knuckle on there. I mean, of course, I'm like, holy crap! It was monstrous. It was just obscenely.
I
It was
love
a
it.
good looking ring though.
Yeah,
It
they
was
always do a great job with those rings. I was looking at a shop that does fan replicas, so they're
Yeah.
not exactly, but they're pretty close. And then they've got comparisons with the real ones sometimes if you look around, and they're pretty damn impressive. So, but I can only imagine what the ones the players got look like, or everybody, all the everybody on the team gets one. So pretty cool. The detail they put in them nowadays and how fancy they can put all that stuff in there. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's pretty cool.
It's a nice looking ring, but it's you don't even know how big that they had some guy holding it, and the damn thing was like huge.
I like it.
It's subtle.
I think it's a nice looking ring.
It's just the Bucks logo.
Yeah.
And just diamonds encrusted. It says champions. It's pretty basic shape and design that you see.
But very clean.
Yeah, but it's clean. It looks nice. I don't know what this other one was.
That's probably, yeah, but that's the one. That's the one I showed you was on there. They got like other mock-ups or whatever,
Right.
you know, fan rings or whatever.
Yeah.
But the
But
one
I mean, even those look good, but not like the
official.
real deal. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I mean, everybody's. Again, I like the Bucks this year again.
Oh, this is actually a better shot of it and does it more justice.
All right, good.
Yeah, see, that's
I
nice.
see that.
It says Fear the Deer on the side too, and then it's got his name on it. So this is Giannis's.
Yeah.
Look at the detail on that picture. Look at the etching in that
that's
deer.
gorgeous.
You couldn't see that etching in that
No.
deer head in that other picture.
Yeah, I think that's the one they show was Giannis's because it's
Yeah.
he's just
Giant.
fortunately just a giant and
Yeah, that's
a nice looking ring.
that's an impressive specimen for I like subtle, I like clean looks. The logo looks perfect. That's really and I putting details and etching, and it's not the same as making jewelries, these belts that I do, but I'm telling you guys, that shit is a skill. It's a talent.
Yes.
I have quite a few replica championship rings, including the Dodgers one, that's going to get thrown across the room in a minute. Canada Mike, I love you, brother. Hold it together, man. We are like 19 days or something away from being able to come visit you, Canada Mike. So maybe we'll do a remote show from Canada Mike's place in the middle of Canada.
I got to get my.
We'll
damn,
bring some Marlboro and some RC colas. I got to get my booster shot first, I think,
Oh man,
but we'll do it.
Mike Bossie's announced he's got lung cancer.
How are you going to end this show on such a bummer?
Oh, bummer. I
Well,
mean, I loved Mike Bossy,
We need to move on to other topics. We cannot
All right.
end on the
Well, on
sadness.
there,
but our thoughts and prayers go out to him and his
Yes.
family. So there you go. Because cancer does suck, and anybody that's been alive for more than 5 minutes has been touched by it. It seems so. It's nothing to joke about. But I don't want to end on a bummer. We gotta.
all right, we won't end on a bummer. Basically, is we'll get into again. We said is the Wings are. Wings are off to a nice start on there. With it, getting points under. They're 2-0-1 so far, so that's nice on it.
You know what though? It's kind of like the Pistons scenario, right? Where they're finally starting to see it's fun to
You're
watch.
starting to see the young guys come up and play, and we're seeing what they can do.
It's even with the Tigers now. They're not going to win, but at least they're kind of fun to watch.
Right. It kept my interest. Well, let's see what they're doing. Can they play a 500 ball? And they just came short, but it was still a nice story on there. I think the Wings might sneak in as an 8th seed in the playoffs on this year on that wise with it, and again we'll see what the Pistons can do when K comes back and that. But yeah, I mean that's interesting to watch there on there as the start on there. Again, who's going to win it this year on there? Maybe this might be the year finally Edmonton does something in the damn playoffs on there, so I would like that to happen.
Yeah,
because again I'm always a freaking Connor McDavid slappy.
Well, if you watch hockey and like hockey, you are a Connor
McDavid
fan.
fan.
Yeah, I mean, just let's be real about it.
We'll see on the East on there. Is it Tampa going to come back on there? Can they repeat on that? On there, they've on there. We'll see what they could do. What's Toronto going to do? Are they going to do their usual flame out in the first round?
Right.
Or are they going to do something there on there? All I care about, as long as it's not freaking Pittsburgh.
I just like, that we're, and I'm not even going to give ESPN the credit because it ain't on them. I just like that we're getting hockey on TV. TNT is in on this.
Yes.
And TNT puts out the single best sports product currently right now. I would normally say Fox's NFL Sunday, but it's kind of getting watered down and campy.
Yes.
And kind of a caricature of itself. But I really think TNT's presentation of the NBA during the regular season, though it is goofy and silly, has really been really good.
Yes.
And the production value's there, and the entertainment value's there, and they really put stuff together. And TNT is not hard to find. People know what's going on there. And from what I'm seeing from Turner, it looks like TNT is going to be kind of a 50-50 movie sports channel.
Yeah.
And so if they're going to get in on the NHL, I am super stoked. This is the thing for me. And this is why I want to kick the mothership in the nuts, because they're going to take credit for hockey being back on TV and in the mainstream.
They take care of the credit for everything.
And the reality of the situation is if you left it the way it was last year, this year, and you just added TNT to the mix, it would be fine.
Right.
And so ESPN, it only matters when it matters to ESPN.
Right.
And I'm just sick of their horrible product.
And I'll care for TNT's pregame and basically show versus ESPN's. The only one thing I'll give ESPN credit is at least they brought the damn song back. The hockey night. ESPN Hockey Night.
Gotcha.
Under. And they did it actually. They story by. They got the guy who wrote the theme song and they brought it back and they played it live. And the guy's like, "Holy shit!" Because a lot of these guys out there that are playing never heard the damn song.
Right. Oh.
But again, that original theme song for ESPN's Hockey Night on there, Hockey Night Tonight. And again, dude, why do I have to put up with Steve Levy? You got Gary Thorne doing nothing. TNT, call up Gary Thorne.
Oh, right.
Dude, calls a great game. Calls again, love listening. Gary Thorne, here we are, and Joe Louis Arena.
Well, this is a conundrum. They don't get TNT in Canada.
Well, they have Hockey Night in Canada.
Well, and they've got like TSN and all these other channels that will really do a good job. I mean, Sportsnet does a really good job.
Well, we can't. Again, I got a high def antenna on my house. I can't even pick up channel 9 CBC on my antenna.
Right. So yeah. But I didn't think about that. It's kind of odd that they wouldn't. That half the team. Or half the league's Canadian teams. So what it probably is those contracts with TNT in America are probably with another company.
They might be on
Canada.
TSN or something or somebody else on there.
Right.
Yeah, but they're not going to be on
CBC.
Well,
all the ESPN ones will be on TSN, so it's probably going to be your Sportsnets or the other ones.
Yeah,
there's a couple others.
CBC's got their own on it. But again, I'm going to watch the games on. I mean, I'll see if just pay attention to the matchup on ESPN, but the TNT, I'm gonna be paying attention more.
Yeah, I want to see how they carry it throughout the year, and I'll be watching. Especially, I'm not sure who's got the playoffs, but we've always spoke about.
Well, you'll see multiple on there. They probably will split the
sure
on there, but the final round, or at least the finals, will be on ABC and ESPN.
Okay. So, but I'm kind of curious how TNT will handle it if they've got some significant playoff coverage.
They may do just like how they do the NBA, where TNT gets the conference finals.
Sure, we'll find out.
Yeah, with that, they'll get.
But I'm just curious how they handle that, because we've documented it here many a time that the NHL playoffs is above and beyond all the other playoffs out there, just because the level of play gets elevated so much, and then you have 8s beating 1s, and it's not really like people don't bat an eye at it, because that's just how crazy hockey
and
playoff
again,
hockey
last
can
year
be.
the playoffs were some great stories
amazing.
on there.
Sure.
The Islanders making a run on it. Then you got Montreal making a night, getting to the finals on it. It was some great stories with it on there. And again, on there. And again, it's the hardest championship to win.
And
it's not even close.
And it's, to me, it's the hardest sport to play, be successful at a high level for a long period of time than any of the other sports. Now, we talk about football, we'll probably be right up there with them too, but that really depends on your position. If you're a quarterback, you can have a 20-year career. If you're a running back, it's 6.
Yes.
But in the NHL, like you've got your Ironmen, but it doesn't matter what position they were at. those Ironmen are exactly that. You're like, oh my God, how do you play this sport at that level for that long? And hockey is a brutal, brutal sport where these guys kind of put themselves out there and then just, I don't know, I'll die on the bench and then go back out and play in the third period.
Right.
Like, it's amazing.
I'm diving in front of a slap shot coming in at 90 plus miles an hour.
Right. They just do crazy stuff.
That's just, again.
So yeah,
Stanley Cup.
it's the hardest sport in the playoffs. It's the hardest sport to just play. It's the hardest sport to be successful at. It's the hardest sport to recover from injury and all that stuff. To me, in my opinion, just because other than concussions in football, other than concussions, and you start getting into combat sports, it's a whole nother story. But anyway, don't be going around beating each other up, everybody. Be nice to each other. Be good.
Unless they're a Buckeye fan, and you have obviously my blessing to destroy them.
No, we want to promote positivity.
Well, it is positive. It's a Buckeye fan. You're beating the hell out of.
Well, you are making a positive change upon the earth and the universe, so I must agree with that. But I'm
you
trying
can't
to
go around shooting people in the kneecap with a double barrel shotgun. Why not? It's called. That'll get you shit. Get you 20 years.
It's called the illegal discharge of a firearm, and that's only if you don't hit somebody.
Yes, attempted murder, deadly assault with a shotgun.
None of these things. We want positive, happy thoughts. Hey, we don't speak positive about Montreal here. Well, god damn it. All y'all guys are trying to end this thing with a negative hate fest, and I'm not going to do it. I love all y'all. I love everybody equally.
How can you hit Carey Price, for God's sake?
I love everybody equally. Even Philly fans that put batteries in snowballs. Because whatever, man.
You're a better man than me.
If you've got that much hatred in your heart over a sport, over a game...
It's all that cholesterol buildup in our heart because you eat all the damn cheesesteaks.
But I mean, that's passion, right? We all want passion.
Yes.
The passion bucket is full. Yes. I love you guys. Be good.
We'll be back next week. Peace out, brothers.
Peace.
You're listening to Studio 57 Radio, your home for underground hip hop.